Hello, great people. Welcome back to Global Happenings Today, the home of politics and reports on key issues in the country. One of the reactions the president gave during a recent interview with journalists from Channel Television was the issue of state creation in the Southeast. And he lambasted the leaders that after they met with him and they talked about the issue of state creation, he told them to go get one, but they never came back. But right now, the latest is that Ohanaeze Spokeman, Secretary General, has submitted a name, and the name of the new state is Aba State. But right now, there is a serious divide in the Southeast in respect to that name that is submitted. You're going to hear what a particular honorable from Enugu have to say about the issue of a new state which is about to be created. He says that what Izuzora has done cannot stand. Here the new state which he has recommended. We're going to be looking at the interview that was granted him, and from there we also look at the reactions of Nigerians. But before then, if you've not subscribed to our channel, kindly hit the red subscribe button and also the bell icon so that you get notification anytime we publish our videos. The Secretary General of Ohanaeze Spokeman, Mazi Okechukwu Izuzoro, claims that the Pan-Igbo body has submitted Aba State to President Muhammadu Buhari for creation out of Southeast. In this interview, Chief Honorable HonJamesUgwu, Secretary, Enugu State Committee on Actualization of Adada State, described Izuzoro's claim as fraudulent, intended to mislead President Muhammadu Buhari and the Igbo nation. According to the question that was thrown at him, the first one was Ohanaeze claimed Igbo at large have unanimously agreed on the creation of a Aba State and has even submitted the resolution to Mr. President. How much of this do you know? In his response, he said that Izuzoro's act is fraudulent, biased, and acted to deceive Mr. President and the Igbo nation. It is unfortunate that some Nigerians in positions of authority choose to easily become parochial. Mr. Izuzoro has disappointed himself. That publication is not an Ohanaeze decision. He is working in the interests of Aba State, where he comes from. Till today, the 9th of January 2022, Ohanaeze has not had an executive meeting since the president spoke. In fact, the National Executive Council of Ohanaeze is billed for 21st of this month. How could such decision be taken even when Ohanaeze has not constituted IMEOB, which is its highest decision-making body? Before this current Ohanaeze, there was Chief Nia Nwodu as President General. Nia would have hurriedly submitted the name of Adada if he were like Izuzoro. But Nia followed the due process. Izuzoro is less than a year in office and he has started telling lies. He was further asked this question: tell us the background of this meeting with Mr. President. And according to his response, he said there was actually a meeting between the leadership of Southeast and Mr. President. The meeting was led by the Southeast Governors Forum with other leaders including Ohanaeze. So it was not even Ohanaeze versus Mr. President. President Buhari actually told them to submit a state for creation. The governors, to the best of my knowledge, asked Ohanaeze to look into it and report back to them. We as Enugu State Committee on the Actualization of Adada State, in conjunction with the Adada State Movement, made presentation to the committee created by Ohanaeze alongside Aba State Movement and others. After 2 weeks, about 2 weeks after, facts emerged that people behind Aba State creation has embarked on bribing members of the committee to favor them. We got the hint and write a petition to the then President General of Ohanaeze Spokeman. He relied on verifiable fact because some committee members rejected the offer and they confirmed the illegitimate exercise. Some of them are still ready to testify. On our part, it was not that we don't have what to give, but we are above board. It came to the knowledge of the committee that we wrote the petition, and it did not submit its report to the then President General of Ohanaeze, whose responsibility it was to transmit to Southeast Governors Forum, who would facilitate its ongoing submission to Mr. President. The inducement by Aba State debates the integrity of the committee. He was further asked another question, and it goes this way: are you saying that there were no other decision for the creation of another state in the Southeast upon which Izuzoro might have relied upon? In response, Honorable HonJamesUgwu replied thus. He said, there is none except the one held in Imo State. It was a 10-man committee set up by Senator Ifeanyi Ararume and hosted by former Imo Governor Achike Udenwa. During the meeting, the decision to cast the vote was by members of the National Assembly from Southeast. In the end, Adada scored 5, Orashi 3, Aba 2, and Njaba scored 1. Thus, the Southeast has made its position clear, and nothing has changed since then. What Izuzoro is talking about is a committee set up by Ohanaeze alone, which was never submitted to the chairman, so it remains stillborn. Another question was thrown at him: what does this portend about the character of Mazi Izuzoro? And he responded thus: he said, before people are given any position of authority, we should look at their pedigree up to the parental level. This is unpardonable. How can he deceive the whole president of Nigeria? Izuzoro does not deserve to be the secretary of Ohanaeze. I am a member of Ohanaeze. He should be thrown out. The body that made Mr. President was led by the Southeast Governors Forum, not Ohanaeze. You can see the level of Izuzoro's fraud. The regime that set up that committee had elapsed and the matter equally closed. How does this conflict with the recent exercise by the National Assembly on state creation in the Southeast? The National Assembly, whose responsibility it is to create states, came up with a program on constitutional amendment, and state creation was on the agenda. Aba State movement also submitted a request like every other state movement. It is therefore lawful that every agitator wait for the outcome of that report. Another question was thrown at him, and it read thus: what is your message to Mr. President on the way forward? Mr. James, or Honorable HonJamesUgwu, said, if Mr. President wants to create one state from the South, let him get the report of the National Assembly to guide him to pick the most qualified. I am aware that the National Assembly will soon move towards a referendum, which is part of the constitutional amendment. National Assembly should be allowed to conclude the process and submit to Mr. President, not Izuzoro. If Mr. President wants to think about a state that was unanimously agreed upon, let him call for the report of Ararume Committee. That was the only time Southeast core stakeholders decided on a state to be created, or a state to be created in the region. Adada State won after the voting, which was called upon by our National Assembly lawmaker. As of today, there is no change. And these has triggered some reaction. I'm going to read one or two reactions from Nigeria. This one say, whether Aba State or Adada State, you people should unite to get one additional state to be at par with other regions. Don't lose this opportunity by fighting yourselves. Man, I don't know why that had always been happening. I mean, this thing has come up. Why not, see how you guys can fix it once and for all, than to be fighting up and down. This is not interesting. Someone says here, confuse people. State creation for who? Have we got new order or new species of animals from Australia to occupy new state in zoo? You are mistaken. Oh my God. I won't like to read the content of that guy's response. It's laughable. This one here says, that's the way I see Igbos as highly disorganized kind of people. It's better, instead of seeking for additional states, to divide the current 5 Igbo states into 3 equal states, so that in future you will have 3 equal countries. Your self-centeredness will not allow you to live in peace with the future. Aba man will feel more superior than Imo man. Enugu man will feel more superior as the original Igbo, and this will degenerate into chaos that each will want his own country, with Igbo uncoordinated greed. So much to talk about there, but I'd like to leave it to you. What do you think about this disagreement that is coming up in respect to state creation in Southeast